Well, this is my weekly Wednesday briefing with a twist. And that is one to have members of my public safety team with me as we are prepared for this holiday weekend, that being the Essence Festival of Culture, and of course the 4th of July weekend and extreme heat in the city of New Orleans. But as I do, I'll start with some brief comments and then we'll turn it over to questions and answers. But what I'll do, I'll brief comments, then I'll have my public safety chiefs come up and give their comments, and then we will go to questions and answers. But like I always do, I start with public safety in regards to stats and data directly from the New Orleans Police Department. The week of June 18th through 24th, the city's violent crime rates just remain lower than the beginning of the month. Comparing this past week to previous weeks, that of June the 11th and 17th, the city had fewer armed robberies, auto thefts, and carjackings, just trending in the right direction. Year-to-date stats, as I always give, using preliminary data from the New Orleans Police Department through June 24, comparing 2023 to 2022, continue again to show progress. Murders down 18%, armed robberies down 16%, non-fatal incidents down 11%, non-fatal shooting victims down 15%, carjackings are down 40%. As of June 26th, the New Orleans Police Department, they've confiscated 1,463 guns so far this year, again compared to last year of 1,113 guns confiscated. For the same period, again in 22, showing an increase of 31.4%. Again, progress. As I always indicate as well, it doesn't mean that we haven't had incidents of violent crime in our city. However, we continue to see the deployment strategies and practices of the men and women of the New Orleans Police Department just continue to show progress, and we want to continue on that path. NOPD, as you know, has been hosting another round and hosted another round of gun safety classes utilizing our NORD facilities. We're just seeing a tremendous response from the public, and we're going to continue to keep this education going. And some of them have been in conjunction with midnight basketball. This past weekend, just another result in terms of positive interaction with young people in our community, and just a solid turnout from the public, and we appreciate that. There has been a total of 51 participants and 120 gun locks distributed so far this summer. That's just this summer, so that's again steady progress. Separately, since April 15th, the New Orleans Health Department has hosted 11 community events and have distributed 277 safes and approximately 200 cable locks. So again, the public is responding to the resources that we're providing, and tools, of course, that we're providing as well. Children's Hospital just remains a strong partner with the City of New Orleans. They've hosted 2 safe giveaways as well at their campus, and they've distributed 120 safes with the next giveaway scheduled for tomorrow, June the 29th. So continuing again to look at a holistic approach in regards to public safety and addressing public safety as a matter of public health. With that, I wanted to also speak about our Office of Nighttime Economy, who coordinated a most recent sweep in the French Quarter. It was last Friday, June the 23rd, and of course this is to address illegal vending or vendors throughout the French Quarter area. This is something that has been a priority for my administration, of course in consultation, in collaboration with business owners within our footprint of the Blue Carré. Unfortunately, again, these vendors can pose serious threats, particularly public health threats, and of course those that involve fire hazards as well as alcohol sales to minors. And so these sweeps, again, are forcing compliance throughout the city of New Orleans. That's what we're about. These sweeps are joined by, of course, the New Orleans 8th District, New Orleans Police Department, the 8th District, the Fire Department, of course, my CAO's office, the Department of Revenue, and the State Alcohol and Tobacco Control, ATC. NOPD issued 8 warnings, 2 citations, and 1 summons. The Fire Department issued 4 illegal food vendor citations, as well as 5 warnings. And ATC issued 4 citations for illegal alcohol sales and 3 warnings, I'm told, as well. So that's a good sign in terms of forcing compliance. Colin is going to speak very much about the excessive heat. We know that these are unprecedented temperatures that we're dealing with throughout the city. And I have to say it is having a real burden even on facilities, public facilities, particularly around our New Orleans Police Department, both headquarters and even our evidence room. We're addressing those matters as best we can, but it is truly a burden on our facilities that have had an issue, I would say, with routine maintenance for decades. And so again, just facing challenges in order to fix them, and we will continue to do just that in our city. Of course, Essence Festival of Culture is here. Starts on tomorrow with welcome festivities, and of course goes through Monday. It is the 29th year, and it's very exciting. We're looking not only to hosting the 29th year, but all eyes are also on the 30th birthday, that is what they're calling it. It's the largest festival in the nation when you think about consecutive days. And so with an average of 176,000 persons per day. And this is something that we have been just great stewards of, I would say my administration, to making sure that we keep this festival in New Orleans and keep it the best that it can be. And for, again, generations to come. So with that, what I want to do is turn it over to Colin. You're going to hear from Deputy Chief Gantier. You're also going to hear from Chief Nelson with our fire department, and you're going to hear also from Director Chief Thomas of Public Safety and Homeland Security. But I'm going to start with Colin and followed up by Deputy Chief. Colin?
Thank you. Morning, everybody. Working a couple different lines of effort this week. Staff monitoring and supporting special events and heat-related response through the weekend. Command post activation is scheduled for 4th of July festivities. Obviously, Essence is an action team item that we're working throughout the week with daily unified command group calls. Information for the general public about street closures and parking can be found at ready.nola.gov. We've developed our citywide incident action plan for the operational period of June 30th through July 5th. Our Emergency Operations Center is at a level 2 activation. We've deployed light towers throughout the hospitality zone downtown area. We've got about 20 of them out right now. We have more in case we need. We'll be monitoring that. Up and down Bourbon Street, Charters, the Carondelet Street corridor, Poydras corridor, Bourbon and Canal, Municipal Auditorium area, and we'll continue to monitor those as well. Constant communication with all public safety agencies and event stakeholders for Essence and for the Go Forth on the River. We're also maintaining our situational awareness and offering any support with related to a VIP visit that may be occurring this week. We're also monitoring, obviously, excessive heat warnings daily in coordination with the National Weather Service and our partners regarding any heat impacts and potential inclement weather concerns. We know that these temperatures are dangerously hot and unprecedented for this time of year. It's unlikely that the excessive heat warnings are going to end prior to Tuesday, and this may not be the only ones we'll see this summer, clearly. The city's emergency preparedness campaign, NOLA Ready, has launched a heat relief map, which provides information on where individuals may be able to take a brief respite and escape the heat. We recommend all of our residents and visitors stay connected by signing up for NOLA Ready emergency alerts by texting NOLA Ready, one word, NOLA Ready, to 77295. To sign up for our Spanish emergency alerts, text ESP to to 77295. And obviously, we're on social media at NOLA Ready and ready.nola.gov for that heat relief map. I also promote weatherwise.nola.gov. That is our system of weather stations around the city. We have one weather station in Gentilly at engine 12 that is out. Our vendor is overnighting us a part today, and we will fix that in-house and have that site back up hopefully tonight or tomorrow. Just some snapshot of what's going on this morning. Starting at 4 a.m., we deployed about 5,000 bottles of water to various locations around the city, public buildings, our rec centers, libraries, and other locations indicated on our heat map at ready.nola.gov. We also have a cache that is going out with Nate Fields, who I can't say enough about, who will be going directly to homeless encampments around the city to provide water. Our goal here is not to supply everyone in the city with water, but certainly our vulnerable populations that need this, that are outside most of the day. We want to try and get as much resource as we can to them, and that's what we're working on. And so we've got NOSEP, Parks and Parkways, and DPW crews assisting us with getting that water out today. And again, that was about 5,000 bottles. That will get us going for probably maybe 2 days, and then we'll continue to assess every day. From EMS and the health department, we received 5 calls for heat-related, at least first impressions of heat-related illness yesterday. One of those persons, of those 5 calls, was identified as a homeless individual. There were no calls overnight, which is a good thing. We've, to date, we've had 74 calls for heat-related impressions, or at least some sort of heat-related illness this month. 18 of those were unhoused or identified as unhoused, and that for June of 2023. To give perspective, last year in 2022, there were 34 calls in June, with 5 identifying as homeless. So we are certainly tracking higher with this heat, which would be expected. I mentioned the weather stem site that's out. That's important for us because we're going to continue to monitor all of our weather data to see temperatures, where they're affecting us the most in the city, and then we're going to integrate that information with how much water we're using, how much visitation we're seeing at the different facilities, and what type of call volume we're getting as far as heat-related medical calls. And we're going to continue to try and adapt that to our response to this heat emergency through Tuesday. I want to promote again also on that heat relief map at ready.nola.gov. All of the hours of all of the public swimming pools are there. We're strongly encouraging those that want to take a dip, do not do that in the river, particularly with the 4th of July going on this weekend and a lot of activity down by the river. It is not safe. The Coast Guard has told us it's not safe. They treat it as a search and rescue mission when they see someone in the river, whether they're swimming or regardless. The Port of New Orleans is on board with the fireboats and their police resources to look for this as well. And we're just asking the public really take caution with any, particularly any of our young population swimming in the river over the weekend. We are looking at potentially opening a facility overnight, particularly for our homeless folks. We're going to look at the numbers. We've got a site identified. If we do open, it will be Rosenwald Rec Center in Central City, which has a good geography for the populations that we really need to focus on that are outside overnight. There'll be more details on that if and when we have to activate that, and so for now, we're just saying that is something that we're looking at, and we'll continue to monitor that situation. With that, I'll turn it over to Deputy Chief Hans Gontier with the New Orleans Police Department.
Thank you, Colin.
Thank you, Councilman. All right. Good morning. On behalf of Superintendent Woodfork and the city's public safety team, the New Orleans Police Department is prepared to ensure that all Essence Festival attendees, visitors, and citizens have a wonderful and safe experience this weekend. We'd like to provide the following safety tips to all. Don't drive while impaired. We also want you to recognize your surroundings and have a designated driver to be prepared to drive you home or take a taxi or ride-sharing service if impaired. As far as the staffing for the NOPD, we are fully staffed for this event while maintaining the staffing needs in all 8 police districts. We'd like to thank our federal, local, and state police partners for their enhanced support during this weekend. NOPD will have increased coverage in the downtown and French Quarter area, as well as the Convention Center, Superdome, for not only this event, but for the July 4th celebrations. This will include area patrol, mounted bike patrol, and walking beats. As far as street closures, we have our usual exterior and interior closures in the French Quarter, and also that'll extend from Friday, June 30th through Tuesday, July 4th, at 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. French Quarter residents, hotel guests, employees that work in the French Quarter, as well as taxis, rideshare services, will be allowed to enter the quarter to drop off and pick up passengers. We're excited to welcome everyone here and are committed to making sure that everyone has a safe and wonderful Essence Festival and July 4th holiday. So the men and women of the New Orleans Police are prepared to do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Chief Nelson?
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning again, everyone. So, you've heard about the heat, right? We know it's going to be hot, so please take all necessary precautions this 4th of July and Essence Festival regarding the heat. As far as your fire department, we are determined to make sure that everyone is as safe as possible this holiday and this Essence Festival weekend. Your firefighters will be out there conducting fire watch and occupancy details at the Superdome, the Convention Center, and several other indoor and outdoor venues related to the Essence Festival and the 4th of July holiday. Our fire prevention team, as the mayor mentioned, will be doing aggressive enforcement of food truck vendors and cooking vendors in the hospitality and around the hospitality zone. This is crucial just to make sure that those operations are safe, as the mayor mentioned, and also healthy and do not pose a fire risk. We have a good young team of fire prevention inspectors that have been very proactive and doing a tremendous job in enforcement in that area, and we're very happy with them. So if your food truck is not registered, you're not bringing it in the hospitality zone, call our office, get registered, get inspected so that you can function properly and get licensed properly. 4th of July wise, as we always mention, first and foremost, fireworks are illegal in Orleans Parish. There is no approval for the use of consumer fireworks in the city of New Orleans or the parish of Orleans. Consumer fireworks are inherently dangerous. They cause thousands of injuries every year to the public. We've been talking about the heat, right? Due to the heat, everyone knows the grass is dry. Anyone that has been trying to keep their lawn alive during this heat knows the grass is dry, the vegetation is dry. It's a fire hazard, right? Those consumer fireworks can start fires. We don't want to see anyone lose their home, their health, their car, their property due to a fire that starts like consumer fireworks. Leave the fireworks to the trained professionals. Please take advantage of the professional fireworks displays that will be in and around the city this weekend. Let the professionals do the work. It'll be a much better show, and it'll be safer for everyone. We also know that some of you may be putting out the grill this 4th of July. You can find information on the dangers of fireworks and our fire safety tips on grilling and other fire safety tips in general on our website, dola.gov/NOFD. So please, leave the fireworks to the experts and have a happy and safe 4th of July and Essence Festival weekend.
Thank you, Chief. Director Chief?
Give y'all a real quick update on Director Tyrell Morris. The OIG is investigating Director Morris, and as always, we will cooperate with the investigation of OIG. Director Morris is an important part of the public safety team, the city of New Orleans, and we need time to transition. He is a vital part of this operation during the upcoming Essence Fest, as well as the 4th of July festivities. He will be working with us through these important weekend, and he's going to be allowed time for him to transition out. Thank you.
All right, so I believe, right, good on that, Chief Sunrise. Okay, so John, we'll go to Q&A.
First, anything about excessive heat, 4th of July, Essence Fest? Any questions on that?
I do have a question about Essence Fest, Mayor. So I'm sure you're aware that the Louisiana NAACP put out a letter and urging very related to Louisiana, because of some of the legislation that came out of the Capitol. Are you concerned that that could have a chilling effect on some Essence visitors, and are there any indications that, that may diminish the number of people who attend?
So when that statement was provided, I believe it's been several weeks ago
June
now.
7th.
Yeah. My team, my administration, I put out a statement as well, and in partnership with the New Orleans and Company. And we reiterated those statements, I believe, on yesterday, and we'll continue to do that, meaning New Orleans is a welcoming city, and we are for everyone, no matter who they are and no matter who they love. New Orleans hosts large-scale events like no other place in this country, and we definitely wanted to stand up for all of our people as we are welcoming folks into the city for the Essence Festival of Culture, as well as our 4th of July weekend. So I stand by the statements that I put out, and also in partnership with New Orleans and Company.
If I could follow up though, but that statement got national press attention. Do you have any concerns that that would keep some people from coming?
No, well, our statements received national attention as well, demonstrating without any hesitation that the city of New Orleans is a welcoming city, and we will not allow for any attacks on our folks at the state level to impact how we live our lives and how we celebrate and how we love on people and how we host major events in the city of New Orleans based on the numbers thus far in terms of when I had my briefing on yesterday and when the hospitality community chimed in or briefed me. It looks like that our numbers are aligned with 2019. And so we're continuing to be on the path to host great events and with people around the world coming to participate. So it's a great thing.
Deputy Chair?
In regards to this festival and holiday weekend, did the NOPD have to enlist more, recruit more officers just to be on the ground?
Well, the New Orleans Police Department, we're recruiting every day, right? So we don't stop. When you speak about a unified command, it's something that we do all the time when we're hosting events in the city of New Orleans. So we followed the necessary steps that we always do, in addition to asking for help. We're always asking, and we do receive. I believe that Deputy Chief spoke to that. Even an infusion of Louisiana State Police as it relates to Essence Festival. That's something that is new, and it's something that we embrace and will continue to embrace. Law enforcement partners that want to help us protect and serve the citizens, residents, and visitors of New Orleans.
Do you have another question? Deputy Daniel?
Yeah, Tyrone Morris's resignation date is set for September 15th, as in his resignation letter. City Council President and Vice President issued a letter asking for his immediate suspension. Are you in support of that letter? Are you asking for his more immediate resignation as well?
No, I'm not. What will happen is that the OIG has indicated that he will do a thorough investigation. We will comply as we do with every investigation that we have to deal with, right? We'll continue to do just that. Relative to the council members signing a letter and submitting it to the board, I respect their feedback. Thank you very much. However, Tyrone Morris, Director of OPCD, is a vital part of our public safety team, as has been demonstrated over the past 5 years as I've been mayor, and that's something that we will continue to engage him as our director. He tendered his resignation, gave a great lead time. I thank him so much for that, because transition does matter, especially when you're talking about public safety, top priority, city of New Orleans.